All right, awesome. So back in full throttle, internet's pumping. I got 2100 kilobytes per second. That's what I'm talking about. Internet's been pretty crappy over here, and that's why I'm getting a new ISP this week. Let's fucking send this. Sorry guys, having technical difficulties. Hopefully it's all going to be resolved on Wednesday. We'll try another stream. Alright, show me some charts. Taking chart requests. In this chat. Alright guys, go ahead. Let's go ahead and move all the chart requests to Facebook, and so you don't have to look at like two different monitors, right? Alright, so going over DKNG and Chewy. DKNG, DraftKings. DraftKings had a sell-off. They got downgraded, but we're in a bull market, and I think DraftKings is going to go up, right? There's two sets of fibs to play. I did start a small position, and I said, wait, I might add. So I want to look at like $34, maybe 31 to double up if we do get down there. I just don't see it going bearish anytime soon. And what's my rationale behind that? I mean, even if the NFL doesn't kick back off, I don't watch football, but whatever sports don't kick back off, people are stuck at home and there's a lot of free money. They're gonna want to gamble, right? And a real good book on betting on gambling would be Paul Calder LaRue. There's 2 books on him. Just gamblers are addicts, right? What are they gonna do? Go to somewhere else just because they said something about the NBA or yeah. So my next target on I think it was a targeted last high, like $45 calls a few months out. I'm expecting this to go up to like 49.51, and possibly further continuation. That would be my next target. And I'm not committing to a big position yet, right? We haven't had a clear break, but let's just add on the way down and see what it does. Chewy, man, Chewy. This chart is great, guys. We had $60 calls. We got them, I think, like on this break, right? And I said, hey, I'm buying Chewy, and it's been riding it up, and now we're at 59.73. Is it $60 calls? Let me check, make sure I'm not bullshitting. Robinhood and Chewy. I can't remember if it's 60 or 65s that I have. $60. I wish I can get this thing to focus. Let me try. Let me try. And autofocus. Yeah, so it's not a big position, right? But they're $60 calls. Says $60 1016, right? So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right, GL. So we're in the money, right? We're in the money. We got 1016. We got 6 weeks of letting this thing play out, right? So we just gotta, it's gotta crack this trend line. We'll see what happens at 61, right? If we get a close above and it continues up to 68, those $60 calls are gonna be worth like $2,000-3,000 a piece, right? And that's how we turn like a $600 position in a $6,000 position. Small risk, big reward, and that's why I really like options. That's why I'm really liking the stock market right now, and that's why we're trading more than just one market, right? More than one asset class. We're taking advantage of opportunity. All right. GLD. I was like 50-50 on GLD. You guys remember I did say, hey, I'm selling off my my 210s, right? They were bottom for like cheap. Got out on let's go to the gold chart. It's more continuous. Got out on the head and shoulders on the majority of them, and yeah, I got out like up here. Sounds ridiculous, right? Looking at it in hindsight. All right, on this day I said, hey, I'm selling right here. I said I'm selling my gold. I signaled you know, I had sold half and I sold another quarter, and then down here I added some, and it looks like it's gonna break up. You know, it's doing like a descending triangle, but I think it's gonna be a fake out. It's definitely above resistance. So if you get any pullbacks to like, so let's go back to the GLD chart. So we got the continuous one, and we've seen descending triangles break up, right? And now I think with the state of the market, you know, it gapped up above. So any kind of sell off to this trend line, even a further sell off down here, that's when I'd go back in heavy on further out. Like if you go to 176, I'm buying 210s so hard, right? So which, for the guys that don't really trade with us, that are just watching, you know, from the sideline, they're like, this guy wants to wait for a dip to here to buy up here, and that's literally how we're trading these things. Most counterintuitive. All right. I'm gonna take Tesla. I have not changed these fibs on Tesla since probably COVID crash. That's how you trade a bubble, guys. Literally, this is how you trade a bubble. There's no other way to do it. Next target's 24.43, right? I think, you know, if Tesla gets up there, let's look at Apple, because they tend to make up the majority of the QQQ, right? Apple, you know, I said we're going to 511. I do have a small intraday fib. I'm just going to delete it and I'll redraw it later. But, you know, I said 514. When I had 514, I said take profit. If you have a near expiry, get out, right? That morning, I think it was like last Monday, I said get out of Apple because, you know, it rejected below. But if you had near expirations, you know, Apple can keep rallying, and 630 is the next one. And putting that next to Tesla, I mean, there's absolutely no reason Tesla should do this. It's just nature of the market. It's a bubble. It's like they said Bitcoin was a bubble in 2017. Now bubble is not really a bad thing. It's not. It's great if you know how to capitalize on it. It's the opportunity of a lifetime. It's what's gonna make you your quick money, your rapid money. And then if you can time your short and get in before, you know, and short before the crash, and start taking profits as things hit targets and look for the next entry on the next chart, right? You're gonna do great. Just don't buy the top. So the thing about splits, you know, it kind of creates more shares. They're just making these stocks accessible to more people, right? Is it going to make it less attractive for whoever has a gazillion shares? No, it's not. They're going to have more. but it's just gonna make it more attractive. I don't bet on splits. I don't bet on reverse splits. Just ignore it. Ignore the split. Now, if you see some kind of formation after the split, oh, and the split also messes up TA a little bit unless like the whole chart is adjusted. All right, real important. Before I let you guys, okay, so we had Yeti. I don't see how a cooler company can be so bullish right now. I guess people want them fancy coolers, huh? It's below 52, right? It's below the 1.618. The next target is going to be 75, but it's got to close above, right? I currently hold no Yeti. Now this kind of reminds me of Target, but there's no way it's as bullish as Target, right? This is no way this is nearly as bullish as this chart, just because, and Target shouldn't be that bullish anyway. I think Walmart should be kicking Target's ass, right? So, I mean, these charts literally look almost identical based on this December, on the COVID crash extension. And they're at the same level, so they're kind of doing the same thing. So like I think AMD is a massive leader, right? So look at AMD. You see the difference between continuation and then stopping at target, right? So hopefully Walmart does an AMD, and I think like out of everything we're currently in, I think Walmart should be the one that. Let's kind of compare them, guys. And I get a lot of good insight in the chat, right? Because I'm TAing, I'm like teaching you guys what I'm seeing, so my analysis is it's better. So hopefully we get a push above that 140, right? If we get a push above that 140, then 161 would be nice. You know, AMD likely going to 95. All right. I covered Yeti. I covered DraftKings. You guys on Facebook, show me some charts. Send me some chart love. What do you guys want me to look at? Nobody trading altcoins anymore? Before I wrap it up, I want to go back to the S&P. I want to fib it. And I want to fib the QQQ, because I do think if you haven't had any like exposure to this bubble, right? I don't know if the S&P can shoot up 6% before pulling back. Let's do 2 sets of fibs. I like doing that. It could, right? But we're literally like, if this is something you want to start doing, on Monday we have our Mad Money Mondays, where everybody can get access to everything we're doing in the stock market. So join us tomorrow. Join us tomorrow in the chat. You never know, we might find a good dip on something that'll set you up for a good return, because all it takes is a little amount, good timing, and good execution, and then you can pretty much make a person's salary in 2 months. All right, a person's yearly salary in a few months, right? So I do think if we get some kind of pullback that would be like a little bit of another like liquidity grab, what I kind of went over earlier on BTC, right? I don't know if we're gonna get it. I'm gonna try to keep an eye out for the next level that I see, or next formation. I'm not seeing anything really bearish, and you can't really hunt divergences when the trend is this bullish. Let's look at the NQ1, which is the futures chart. I'm probably going to wrap it up after this, unless you guys hit me with some more TA requests. Awesome. So I got a few TA requests. So yeah, looking at the futures chart going on the weekly. I mean, yeah, this thing could really get going, right? I mean, All right. Whenever you hit me with an altcoin chart, please specify if you want BTC pair or USD pair. It makes my job a lot easier. Tractor supply. Holy crap, that is a good one. AC. Why don't you drop that in chat? Are you in Discord, man? Fuck. That looks good. Excuse my French. That looks really good. That looks really good. I would wanna, you know, if this goes, I'm gonna put alerts, because this is something that I would buy like 3 to 6 months out, calls on a pretty high level, because what's going on in the world right now, man, farming is gonna come back. It already is in some parts of the world that's affected by more than just COVID, right? I don't know if you guys know, but I grew up in Lebanon. We have a financial crisis. We have COVID, and the capital just blew up a few weeks ago. And my family there is like, you know, we've got a lot of land, so we're getting cattle and stuff like up in the mountains. They're pretty much revamping farm life, right? There's gonna be a lot of self-sustainable lifestyle coming back. The tractor supply, you know, I think they're definitely in a position to make up for this. And look at the long-term chart. It does, I'm not gonna call it hyper wavy, right? But I mean, you see possible, not quite. Pretty sexy chart though. If you get a pullback to here, I wouldn't chase it this high, right? I mean, because there's plenty of charts that are still above early in the cycle, right? Still like clearing the 61.8. When they clear 61.8, you're gonna get the big run up, the initial run up, and that's kind of what I'm after. And then taking partial profit and letting some run in a continuation, going deep in the money. All right. Neo USD. I didn't think Neo was still alive, personally. But, if it does clear $24, excuse me for yawning, if this clears $24, I would look for 29 or 32. Remember at one point, like, that was the range, right? Like 30, 32, 34 was like the roof for a while. So I would, you know, I think Neo has the potential of coming up to here, but it's not doing anything sexy, right? Neo's not like the sexy coin. It's not like the YFI of 2020, man. It's not the link, right? It doesn't have the hype, right? And I don't know what Neo's been doing. I don't know what they've been up to, but markets are irrational, right? Markets are super irrational. All right, AC man, drop in on our. There's a link to Discord. Drop in, join us in the chat tomorrow. It's like pretty much free VIP every Monday if you trade stocks. Back to Neo, right? Markets are irrational. They don't really value any project based on what the project's worth or what it's doing. It's almost valued on speculation and hype. And just like we're seeing Tesla, Apple, a lot of things really bubble. So I don't think it's gonna do anything special. I think the special ones already shown their worth. And what I mean by shown their worth is Link USD is the top performing asset year to date. From January 1st until today, it is the top performing asset. Right? So personally, I don't bet on the slow ones. All right. You guys got any questions? Can I wrap up this stream? It's a DBW breakout, man. Trey. You see that? Right? That's the swing high. That's the swing low. You fibbed with me plenty, right? So, I mean, our target's literally 32, 30, 29, 32, 36. Sounds like that Sir Mix-a-Lot song. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning into the stream. Make sure to drop into Discord. Yeah, if you're in Discord, you can get all our updates. I get a new ISP on Wednesday, so I'm probably going to stream again then. And hopefully we have no lag, no cut time, no downtime. We can just go back to streaming with comments on YouTube and the good old days, guys. The good old days are coming back. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you all. Hey, guys, much love. Trade safe. Hike your stops. You know where to find me. Catch you Wednesday.